Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1252.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about 3 smart money moves to make this fall, because a lot has changed, and yet many people are still sitting in cash thinking that the bottom has not yet come in. Now, it's my belief that we saw the bottom last October, and we're almost coming up on that 1-year anniversary, and there have been spectacular gains made so far. Now, while September can be bumpy, and October may be as well, and I'm expecting a pullback in October, I do think at the end of October into November, we'll begin to see a strong market rally into the end of the year and the first half of next year. So here are 3 things to make sure that you're positioned properly. First of all, you want to review your asset allocation. Make sure that you're diversified. If you're all in cash or all in bonds, that's probably not going to be a good idea going forward. You're going to want to have some exposure to equities, some exposure to bonds, and maybe even some other asset classes that we'll talk about in a minute. Besides being diversified, it's important to keep a long-term perspective. Most people, even if they're going to retire in a few years, still need to have some equities for long-term outperformance of inflation. So that means even if you're close to retirement, you're still going to want a certain percentage of your portfolio to have growth in it. And that means having it invested in some stocks. We are getting very close to the beginning of a very strong bull market. We've got the lag time with inflation that will be kicking in, and I believe inflation will be coming in lower soon this fall. We have many companies implementing their AI strategy, which is going to reduce expenses and increase profits. We have window dressing at the end of the year, where professional investors are going to have to buy and show that they are holding equities, which they really haven't been because they've been too short their portfolio for most of this year. And finally, we're going to have massive short covering because all those institutions that are short are going to have to buy, and they're going to be buying strong to cover their short positions. So we should be seeing a very strong rally into the end of the year and the first half of next year. And I do also think we're going to get some reduction of interest rates next year, which is going to also buoy the housing market. So besides reviewing your asset allocation, the second smart money move you can make is to review your 401k, your retirement strategy, or your traditional IRA, if the case may be. You want to make sure that you're contributing to your 401k, especially if your employer matches any of your contribution. But even if they don't, it's still a great way to save, and it's tax deferred. You don't get taxed on that money until the money comes out for retirement. For 2023, the maximum 401k contribution is $22,500, or if you're age 50 or older, you can also make an additional catch-up contribution, so your total contribution in 2023 could be $30,000. Again, this is money that you're not taxed on, so it's almost as if you didn't earn that money when it goes into your 401k. For a traditional IRA, the contribution limit for 2023 is $6,500 if you're under age 50, and if you're age 50 or older, you can contribute $7,500 to a traditional IRA. Now, Roth IRAs have restrictions on your income limits and things like that, so make sure and check with your CPA if you're looking at a Roth IRA. But you'll want to be reviewing your portfolios that you're invested in for retirement. Make sure your asset allocation, again, has a growth component to it so that you long-term can outpace inflation. Also, I recommend not using target date funds, which have high fees and typically have too much weight in bonds and therefore don't get you enough growth to get you to your retirement number that you need. So check it out and see if you have any target date funds in your portfolio. If you do, consider reallocating into a different asset allocation. And my third smart money move is to consider private equity. Private equity are private companies that you can invest in before they have an initial public offering or an IPO. That means you're buying stock wholesale. And there's some tremendous bargains right now because prices have been written down for a lot of these private companies since the bear market last year. And what's really exciting is private equity used to be restricted to just wealthy people, but Link2 has changed the game and removed barriers for everyday investors. So now private equity is available for all investors. And with a minimum initial investment as low as $2,500 on the Link2 platform, that's a super achievable investment for many people. And if you use my link, you also get a $500 credit toward your first investment. So use my Link2 link in the show notes, and you'll get the $500 credit toward your $2,500 investment, meaning all you have to invest is $2,000 out of pocket. So right now, those are some smart money moves that you can make. Review your asset allocation, make sure that you have the equity component that you need for growth and to outpace inflation. Review your 401k and your traditional IRA contributions. Make sure you're getting your employer match if appropriate. You're contributing the maximum that you can, and that you're avoiding using target date funds. And finally, consider adding private equity to your portfolio. It's a great way to invest before an IPO, and it's kind of like you're investing at wholesale prices before they become retail after the IPO. So making these smart money moves are going to make a difference to your portfolio going forward and to your long-term wealth building and financial freedom. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter with more wealth tips. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.